Hey guys, so welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. The funny thing is I did start this video already, and my camera was set on a slow-mo kind of recording, which is really annoying. So I did get started on it, but luckily I only got through one nail. Today's video is going to be about winter designs, and we're also going to stem off of the whole nail opinions video where every nail doesn't have to be red and green. So the first nail I'm doing is like a Christmas present nail. Doing this on the pinky. The nails that we're using are those nail tips that I said I didn't want to use for clients because I didn't like the way they felt. Um, so I'm using these. I grabbed them in my general size, and I'll put these. Each nail is going to be its own different design for its own individual nail set. I will not be doing the full nail set. I'm just giving kind of nail designs, just kind of feed off of that. I also discussed my Temu package that I got. I told you about the other time. I opened it and everything, but again, I didn't realize that I had it on a slow-mo recording until I was trying to look over my footage because I got distracted, I'll say. But these are the press-ons that I accidentally ordered. I meant to get the book so I could store my nails, and instead I accidentally got this, which they're okay. They're kind of cute. But I'm not going to wear these at all. You know, that's cute. I can see redoing those nails in like a set for Valentine's Day. Um, these, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with ombre. I'm still trying to figure out ombre. My French tips aren't horrible, but they do still need more of a consistent practice. And I think this is cute. You know, simple black French, but with the silver lining. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do with these. I really don't know. Maybe I'll use these as nail tips and build on top of with acrylic. I really actually have no clue. I do not want the container though because I use these for my nail charms. I know I discussed briefly about me wanting to, um, for my January video, for my first YouTube video for January, it's going to be my reset, which is me organizing my nail polishes, organizing my nail cart, pretty much figuring out my goals for the year, and going through all of my charms and rhinestones. I have a lot of charms and a lot of rhinestones. I will not even deny that. And then probably going through my shelf, and I have a whole shelf behind here. I've pointed a few times. You see me grab things from beyond the camera, and it would be where I keep my nail tips, my hair coloring supplies, my acrylic powders and monomer, because I don't use it often enough because I don't have proper ventilation for it, and the smell of it does make my mother sick. So if I don't have proper ventilation, then obviously I'm not going to be using my acrylic polish, my acrylic powders, which sucks, but hey, stuff goes on. I have a drawer that's also just filled with pure pedicure things because I do like to do pedicures. I don't have many opportunities, unfortunately, to do pedicures, um, which sucks, but hey, it's okay. And what else do I have in here? I have some art supplies in here. I'm not gonna lie. Stuff that I can be used for this. Like say if I want to have my own merch or whatever, I can make it myself with the stuff that I have in these drawers. But and then for another business that I was starting up and then stopped starting because content sucks for me. But maybe come the new year, I'll start pushing for that as well. Because to be honest, it's kind of like three different businesses that I am with. It's this one, my other business, which is called Brooklyn Bound Suds. The Instagram page is still active, but it was a soap business that I did, and I was doing very well. But when I moved, I had to stop. We won't get into the details of that. I'm not in the mood to get into the details of that. And then the other one that I will not share the name of, but it was doing custom items which I don't mind doing. But it was custom and a certain niche. We'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so that's what is planned for January's video. And come the new year, I'll probably only posting one video a week for YouTube. Maybe twice a week on some occasions if I have the content for it, which I probably will with some of the things that I plan on doing. And then depending on orders that I get, maybe I will do that. I also talked about my container of brushes that I have and how I'm not fully comfortable with using this long brush. And I know the long brush is supposed to be used for long lines, but I do not like using it really. I typically use my short brushes. So this is one of the first times I'm using the long brushes in a while. You know, it holds more product, yes, and they say you have more control. I don't really have full control over this one, but I'm trying for the sake of, hey, it has to be done. You know, I have to learn. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that I can't not use it. So, I had to do 2 coats of this pink, mostly because I'm running out of it. And as I go through all my polishes, I have to, you know, deal with the fact that, hey, I have to toss them out. You know, nostalgia stops me from throwing them in the garbage. But hey, I can't grow and get new polishes if I'm holding on to the old ones and the tiny ones that don't fit. Okay. So like I said, we're doing a present with that one. And I do want to put a pink bow on it because I do like pink. I love pink. If you remember, my hair color is pink. Uh, Even though the colors for Nerd Life are purple and red, it's honestly because Brooklyn Bound Suds is completely pink. It's pink, black, and white. And the other business is light blue and purple. And then this one, for some reason, Nerd Life screams red and purple, which I do love red. Red is one of my top 3 colors. Honestly, pink, red, and blue, my 3. Right? Yes. No. Yeah. Pink, red, blue, black. Can't forget about black. I do like black a lot. So the fact that each kind of business has their own color scheme, but still ties in some type of way, kind of fits. Except Brooklyn Bound Suds, because it's only pink and black, and the other 2 pair up eventually. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm all over the place. But that's okay, because we keep it pushing and we act like everything is fine and we smile through it. Because that's what life is about. Christmas is coming up. Christmas is literally next week. I have 7 more days of content for every day. And it's crazy. I will most likely be taking a little break for about a week after doing this because I have to kind of reconvene. Is that what the word is? How do you pronounce it? I have to figure out what exactly is going on, and then I could write down ideas and such. Check my analytics, not just for YouTube, even though there's not much analytics to check for YouTube. I'm gonna be honest. I don't get that many views on here. That is perfectly fine. I'm not mad. I am not upset. Uh, but what I want to check is my TikTok and my Instagram, which I started getting more views on both of those pages because of my constant posting. I will probably post 3 to 5 times a week. I won't push myself to push every day, but I will push for at least 3 times a week. So that means more time to actually sit down and focus on the fact that I have to make content, which I'm going to grab my little purple notebook that I have and I'm going to write out different content ideas. Yes, bite me. I'm going to write out my different content ideas in here. I just started using this book because I just started to, um, I just started with actually trying to put myself together, which is crazy since honestly, this company is going to be 2 in March. And now I'm actually sitting down and saying, hey, you know what? Let's actually make a proper content schedule. Let's actually figure out what we're really supposed to be doing. Mind you, it's a pause because I'm looking for my glue. It's on my nail cart. Because, like I said, part of the content is for January is me redoing my nail cart. And you can see the chaos that I deal with on my nail cart. Anyway, my cart, rhinestone glue. Love this glue. Glue has never done me wrong. Has never done me dirty. I lost. Okay, no, there's the ball. So, but yeah, come January, it'll be the whole cart rehaul. And probably my bins. I recently did redo my bins because I also have a bin now that has my sewing stuff in it. There we go. Look how cute that looks. I love that. All right. So the next nail. I had the whole idea of what I was going to do, and then it completely left my head. So I think for this one, I'm going to go back to doing a candy cane type nail. I did grab a green, and I know I was saying before, red and green don't all belong in nails, but this one, for this specific candy cane, we're doing that blue, that blue candy cane. There's a blue candy cane that is white, and it has blue and green stripes. There's also one that's green, red, and white, but we're not going to do both green and red. We're just going to stick to the one. So we're going to do the white base. That's the bow nail done. So we're doing a white base. I do light colors twice because sometimes it goes streaky. Depending on the company, honestly, some companies I can get away with just doing the one coat. Let's take that out. Look how cute it is. Start that. Look how cute. We're gonna top coat everybody at the end because then I also have to do an aesthetic shot for Instagram. So that's fun. Just checking to make sure my little indicator is on. All right. So the blue, thinking of this blue, I really love this blue. This is one of my favorite blues. I have that blue. Then I also have this blue. This blue is sparkly, yes, but it's also color changing. Like when I was telling y'all about the Alice in Wonderland set I did that changed from red to white. So I guess this is blue and white. I think this would be nice for details. We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. It's funny. Sometimes I remember I have this and sometimes I don't. So maybe I'll use that today. Yeah, there we go. Oop. There we go. Okay. Now, take that. Let's use my little acetone bottle that I refill. I also have to be careful how much acetone I end up getting on this because obviously the acetone's going to eat through my glove after a while. Yeah, it's already starting. Anyway. What I used to do is I would used to like work on multiple nails at the same time, but due to overstimulation, I would not be able to focus on exactly what I was doing. So that sucked. So now I'm just trying to take my time with it. Do I want this blue for that, or do I want this blue? I like the idea of this blue. That's how I know that I have ADHD because as I'm listening to something, all I'm thinking about is other songs of the words that they're saying. So I'm just ready to like just forget about listening to people talking or watching something and just put on some music. And I was going through some old videos um from me in the beginning with me having the sound on or whatever. And it's just me belting lyrics while I'm working. And I'm like, maybe that's why I was so productive. It's because I wasn't listening to something and I wasn't focusing on listening. I was just singing lyrics. Shoot, I had times when my kids were in here with me. I had my kids with me sometimes and they were singing with me. Sorry, when you're working with lines, I find like being completely silent is the best. Oh, this is why it's important to cure. To cure when you're about to do something. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put this in the lamp before it decides that it wants to tip over again. Try to make sure that this color doesn't bleed into the next one, especially since the other one is lighter. Mm -mm, mm -mm, There we go. Mm -mm. I like that. Now I really want to find those candy canes. And the thing is that there's so many different types of candy canes that you can do. There are so many different flavors now, like the Kool-Aid flavors. I think there was a Hershey chocolate flavor where it was white and brown and red. So it doesn't have to be this specific candy cane. You could have a candy finger for every candy cane. If I had better skills, I'll say, or like the trippy gel or the nail dough. I'm sorry, I don't remember all of them. I do know trippy gel is one of the names for one of the gels though. But if I had like those, I would probably like make the candy canes out of that, or even make nail sets related to all these different types of candy canes. Maybe next year for Vlogmas or whatever. So it's really pretty nail. These nails are just like things that's all at the top of my head. This isn't, you know, already. Oh, sorry. Already the things that I found on Pinterest. I said before that I would be looking at Pinterest. I got distracted on Pinterest because Um, there's a lot of recipes I want to try that's on here, which honestly, that is definitely something I want to try. Uh, Not only recipes, but designs that I want to make, which that is something I want to make as well. Sorry, bear with me. Give me a second. So today I'm just having a lot of technical difficulties as I put my nail into the dryer. I decided to check on my camera. Now, I don't know when it made the noise, but it made the noise apparently that the battery was dying and it completely shut off. And now saying, oh, my video is incomplete and I can't even view what I did record. All I know for a fact is that y'all at least might have this video and this video. I don't know if y'all have the other video of this nail that I'm doing that I said it's my first time doing this type of nail. I just saw a design for it on Pinterest and I said, yeah, let me copy it. So I've gotten this far. I'm in 2 coats of my base, this white line, and then doing the Mickey Mouse heads and then doing the dots. I just finished doing the dots. So I have no idea where we are right now, and I won't know until I get to the editing process. So that's fun. I was so aggravated. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's happening. My camera. I was just saying how this camera was a decent camera, especially when you're starting off. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could also just use your phone, but my phone. I need to upgrade my phone really, really badly. It is breaking down. I don't have enough storage on my phone for all the things that I need to get done. No, it's not an Apple phone. I don't really do Apple except my iPad. My iPad I got because my iPad I got because I needed to do, the design Procreate type stuff. And I know iPad is the only one who has Procreate on it. So, yeah, so this is the only thing. And I don't want to use that for recording because it's kind of like a little bit awkward. We'd have to hold a giant iPad for recording. So I got this camera from Amazon and this is the first time it's actually been giving me a lot of problems. So I don't know what's happening. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit aggravated. I don't know what's happening with this camera. Uh, Now I'm gonna check every few minutes to make sure that it's recording. So annoying. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm looking for a thinner long brush. Oh my god. There we go. I like this line a lot better. I know the line is supposed to be thinner than in a lot thinner, but I'm gonna stick with that one. Okay, now I do. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that the tiny detail because of in between is supposed to be like four dots, like how it is for this. But I don't think I can get that, honestly. Okay. Now, personally, I don't think this is that bad, especially for my first attempt at trying to do something like this. Um, so this is what it was showing, the step-by-step situation. I like it. I think it looks really cute. And I think I did pretty well. I'm gonna stop being like so hard on myself when it comes to stuff, but I really do like the way this one came out. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, there we go. Put the iPad back. All right. So there we go. We have three nails so far. Again, mostly staying away from the red and green stereotype. Again, there's nothing wrong with having nudes for your colors either. Now, let's see. This one, I have like a mixture of things that I want to do. Um, I know I really want to use that color changing blue that I have right here, but I also want to make sure to use this really sparkly blue as well. One of my favorite blues. That one, and then again, this one is a sparkly color changing blue. If I use the color changing blue, I have to make sure that I have a base that isn't white. Sorry, I'm checking to see if my indicator is on. I can't see if it is on or not. I gotta stand up and look at it. Okay, my indicator is on. Have to make sure after these last two times. Very annoying. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing with this. Honestly, I like the idea of doing a snowflake pattern with this. I just need to figure out what I want for my base color. I don't want it to be red. I'm not really in the mood for a red type base, and I don't think the red that I'm thinking of would be a good pairing for this blue. Trying to figure it out. Um, let's see. White wouldn't be a good idea because again, that white is the color changing changes to white, so that's not going to be good. I'm thinking of a pink, but I can't think of a pink that would go great with this pairing. If anything, I would do the nude again, but the nude with the sparkle versus the sparkle of the polish itself, I feel like it kind of throws the balance off of each other. So let's see. Do I have a non-sparkly pink nude? Maybe? Non-sparkly pink nude. Yeah, I have one. This is one of my nudes. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to put this on here. What I'm going to do with this one is I want to do a snowflake with this. I am so hot right now. Oh, this is cute. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Another Joker set. I love me a good Joker set. I showed you my Joker set. Oh, that's a complex snowflake. Wow. Almost killed me with that one. I ain't ready for that yet. I'll put my brushes over here. The little hooks on the side is because it goes into the side of my cart. When the new year comes, I'm also going to go through all my brushes. A lot of them I have repeats of. And a lot of them are damaged. I will not deny it because I've had them for so long. There's a way to season them and make sure that they stay proper. But we'll deal with that when I might get some new ones. These ones that I have here, these are my newest ones, which is probably why I'm using them so much. I bought them when I got the Sean Legend polishes, which he's having a giveaway when I'm doing this. And I would love to have more of his polishes. I just have to go I have to kind of go out to another small business to get his polishes, and that business is in Jersey. And that's a trip. Let's be honest. That's a trip. Oh, these are so cute. Mm, 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 mm. It's been a while since I did a snowflake nail. This is a really pretty and detailed snowflake that I'm looking at. I will see if I can attempt it. Probably not that specific one. But anyway, uh, all right. Ugh. Okay. It's not as bad. It's not as neat though, but I think that's also because of the chunkiness of the glitter. It's not as precise, but I'm okay with that. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, my hand itches. I don't know how to make this better. I don't like the way this one specifically came out. Maybe if I did it with a solid white instead, but I did really want to use that color changing polish. Um, so maybe one day I'll do redo that one specifically. But I'm not gonna psych myself out about it. It does look nice in my opinion. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. For the last nail, I think I'm gonna recreate what I did last year, which was a holiday lights. I was contemplating Christmas tree, not gonna lie, but I think I'm just gonna do holiday lights. So for holiday lights, we need a white base. I don't know why. There's like so much lint on my brush, and it's kind of annoying. Mm-mm-mm. I'm looking at some of these cute nails. They got some gothic Christmas nails, which again I agree with because not everything has to be all holly jolly. Every you know, we have the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. Obviously, everything doesn't have to be all sunshine and rainbows when we do it. So like one of these has like a little skeleton gingerbread man, and some blood. Like, look at that. That is adorable. Mm, there we go. Black. Oops. So I'm grabbing my. I have a few liner. So see, I keep them in here. I have a few liner brushes, and some of them are glow in the dark. So I have pastel ones, and then I have ones that glow in the dark. I haven't used these in a while. Yellow. Is that a pink? Is the pink glow in the dark? Oh no, this is glow in the dark. I think this one is also glow in the dark. That's a cat eye. No, this is not glow in the dark. I'm missing two colors from that set. I have no idea what they are though. No, wait, is that? This one is part of his set. 67, 66. I'm missing 65 and 64, which they probably got tossed in with somebody else. So I'm not stressing out about it. Uh, but these are the other ones that I have that aren't glow in the dark. Like I have a second one of this one. I have no idea where it is. Probably one of the reasons why I need to go through all of my nail supplies so I can find out where those went. They probably fell off and fell behind the shelf, honestly. But hey, things happen. Life is so much fun. I know it's fading. I'm just trying to get my initial line shape. Nah, that line is too thick. I was trying so hard to make sure that it looked even, that it just looks a little too much. Okay. There we go. I like that better. The top is a little too thick though. You know what? Maybe I'll just. There we go. There we go. I like that better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with these different little liner tools. Wait, let me cure this first. I don't need to use the white, obviously, because the base is white. After I finish this, I have so much that I have to get done, but I'm excited because I'm a horrible procrastinator, and sometimes my last bit. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Oof. That took precision and focus, especially because of the fact that I did not cure in between layers. I just kept on going. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there we go. And here we have it. Whoops. Winter nail inspiration. Okay. So again, we have a little bow for a present, candy cane, Christmas lights, a snowflake, and I'm gonna go with a Disney sweater because that's the only way I can actually describe that is it being a Disney sweater. Okay, so I'm gonna top coat it, but for my top coating, I'm honestly gonna be using that for my Instagram and TikTok reels. So I'm gonna cut the video here because they're done. Um, so I will talk to you guys later. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is, I believe, me talking about my photo setup. Yes, I pulled out the big book. Let's see. Yeah, showing how I set up for my content. Um, and then photos. And honestly, I don't really take photos at the moment. I should start taking more photos. But that's somewhat of a hassle, unfortunately. And the reason why it's a hassle is just because I still haven't fully figured out my proper photography setup. Which is funny thing. I have two storage units. I have one in Brooklyn and I have one in Jersey. And the one in Jersey has this photography setup that a friend of mine's got me. when I was asking him for input of how to take good photos, and he sent me a photography setup. I mean, like the whole cone around the lights and everything like that. Like, it's really, really cool. But again, it's in Jersey, and I'm in Brooklyn right now. So, and then I don't drive yet. So, I will get it eventually, and I can't wait to get it back. It's really, really cool. Um, Here, I just have these little small lights. One of them is cracked, unfortunately. I do have to get new lights, but I'll show you what at least I'm using for right now for my setup, like for this setup at least, and how I'm trying my best with what I have. Again, you don't have to have everything all completely planned out. Um, as a lot of content creators have told me, just make the content. It's going to be rough the first few times, but you'll get the hang of it. Make the content. How are you supposed to grow if you don't start? And that's what honestly pushed me to do this YouTube. Again, I don't have a following on here at all. Um, Sorry, my glove is starting to deteriorate. I don't have a following on here at all, but I still made a YouTube and I'm still uploading every day, no matter what. I'm not getting that many views, and again, that's perfectly fine because I'm still learning. I am still small. I'll get there eventually. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely day, and we're getting close to Christmas. Bye for now.